As we mentioned earlier, once we press record and select a destination, we're then offered different options for the Cuelist types. Those options are Cuelist, Submaster, Chase, Inhibitive, Override, Timecode, and of course Cancel Command. Let's run through the different types of Cuelists and what they mean. Cuelist, as we talked about earlier, is a latest takes precedence or LTP Cuelist. The fader in this Cuelist type controls intensity. When you record some lights to this Cuelist and press the play button, the cue is going to fade in. The fader is going to control the intensity level, so if you don't have the fader at full, your lights are not going to be at the fully recorded value. However, all of the other attributes such as colors, gobos, and position will all fade in to the recorded position. Submaster is a HTP or highest takes precedence type of Cuelist that controls only intensity. Other Cuelists can bring the intensity of the fixtures contained in the Submaster to a higher level, however, they cannot bring the intensity to a lower level. Chase allows you to build a stack of cues of various looks that are then played in rapid succession. You can control the rate in the Cuelist options window, which we'll go over in a few minutes, and you can also set the BPM manually using the BPM button on an M-Touch or M-Play. Inhibitive faders are similar to submasters, except they only subtract from the look on stage. You record intensities onto an inhibitive fader, and when you bring that fader down, it inhibits or limits the amount of intensity that the fixture is allowed to put out to the stage. An override fader is a special type of fader. It crossfades all of the parameters so that as you move the fader up or down, you get more or less of every parameter that you've recorded to it. So, for example, say you put the color red on an override fader. As you bring that fader up, you will get more saturation on the red, and as you bring it down, you'll get less saturation. This works for any parameter inside the console, including effects parameters, and so this is a really powerful type of fader because you're able to fade in any type of parameter. The other important attribute of an override fader is that it is always a higher priority than regular Cuelist faders. Lastly, we've got the Timecode Fader. If you want to play lights exactly in sync with music or a video, you'll want to use timecode. You can generate timecode from inside of M-Series, or you can trigger M-Series with linear timecode.